hosting a meeting tonight for the West Armagh Festival around uniting Ireland, and we have a number of speakers who will talk not just about the prospect of uniting Ireland and how we can achieve that, but also about social change, getting social alliances, and the core of republicanism, which is social justice. And I hope that we have a very informative and educational night. There is a great need for building social alliances which can lead to social change, and that is something we are very much aware of, and it's something that we want to achieve, because without that we will not move towards United Ireland as quickly and as efficiently as we want to, because it is so important and it has to be now at the top of our agenda.
Well, I was invited here tonight mainly to talk about the Right to Water campaign in the South. It's significant in Irish history because it's the largest social movement, organic, spontaneous, that we've seen since partition. It's very diverse, it's internally, there are tensions, but it is a force for change in Ireland that we haven't seen for decades. It's non-party political, it's community-based, it's grassroots, which is probably why the institutions and why the establishment are so scared of it, because they don't know how to control it. Every time they introduce a new law, a new piece of legislation, the Right to Water groups just walk around it or walk through it or ignore it. I think the demonstration on 29th of August that we're hosting in Dublin is a game changer. It'll have a massive effect on the election, we're hoping. It's unfortunate that it doesn't look as if there's going to be an alliance of left and progressive forces in the South. We've seen that in Spain and in Greece and other parts of the world. It looks as if progressive left forces are going to be challenging each other for that one seat or that two seats. It's no doubt more than half of the Irish electorate will not be voting for Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil. That's the first time that's happened since 1921. There are more people voting against austerity parties than might vote for it. The problem is the progressive left vote will be split, and that's something that we all need to start talking about. I don't think we'll get in for this election as a progressive force in Ireland, and I mean that Sinn Féin as part of the progressive left alliance, but the one after that might be possible, and I think that's what we're working towards and looking forward to. Whether it's Right to Water campaign or any other kind of political programme, it's quite clear that the forces ranged against any progressive left parties or movements in Europe and the wider world are so massive that no one group, no one party will achieve it on its own. Whether it's a United Ireland, whether it's an all-Ireland economy, whether it's a new government in the Republic, a new government in London, a new government in Spain or Greece, those governments can only take power and seize control in broad-based social alliances. I think it's time we stopped working on our own, stopped working in silos, and started thinking seriously about working together. And I mean that across social movements, the Labour movement and political parties. And the only way forward is, I suppose, a rainbow coalition of forces looking at the next 10 to 20 years. Because it's not an exaggeration to say that the forces that are ranged against us are sometimes so oppressively scary that we have no choice but to work together.
Thank you. It's been fantastic being here tonight. I've loved coming over from Glasgow to talk to this group. The proposition for tonight was that in order to get a united Ireland, you need to have a progressive group and a progressive alliance of lots of different people. Now, I can't really comment on that. I'm not Irish. It's not my place. But what I can say with my experience of the Scottish referendum is that without a broad church of people fighting for an independent Scotland, we would not have moved from the 30% where we've been for decades to the 45% we were by last September. And that's because during the referendum campaign, independence was no longer just a Scottish National Party idea. It was an idea that people, members of the party, members of other parties, members of no political party could get engaged with. And that's what you have to do in Northern Ireland to get people to vote for a unified Ireland. In my view, you've got to get over party loyalty, you've got to get over traditional things that divide people and look at something that is going to benefit everyone. And I do think the economic argument is the one that you start with, especially in the current economic climate with the current Westminster government. Because if you're going to achieve a unified Ireland, that's going to mean a major social change. But what I'm going to give caution about is, at the moment Scotland are being offered a mismatch of powers from Westminster. Not everything we wanted, a little bit of this, a little bit of something else, and actually we're going to end up with nothing that's workable. So be very, very careful that if you accept one or two powers from Westminster, because if you do that, that, they'll think they've given you all that you need. You have to move for full fiscal autonomy. It's the only way you're going to have the levers to drive economic success. That's what we're pushing for in Scotland, and that's what you need here in Northern Ireland too.
It's been a great evening here in Armagh. We've had a number of people that have come along to listen to contributions from quite a range of commentators. It's great to have Maggie here from the SNP. All our other contributors tonight were absolutely excellent in setting out what we need to do as a political party in order to bring about social change. These people have a wealth of experience involved in various campaigns, and I certainly, and I know others here tonight, got an awful lot out of the contributions that they made. There's certainly challenges for us in the party to be able to deliver and to bring about a United Ireland. Very much tonight we were pointing to examples, we were talking about the practical things that we need to do on the ground. For me, this very much is an exciting time for us. We're very much going forward in terms of trying to bring more people with us and letting people know that in a United Ireland their interests will be best placed. Sinn Féin are a party for all the people. We believe in delivering social change, we believe in targeting need, and we believe about being effective and delivering for all the people right across this island. There's no doubt in my mind after tonight's conversation we need to have many more of these conversations. It is really, as I said, an exciting time for us, but we can and we will deliver for all the people in this island, and we will bring about that positive social change that needs to be brought about.